Hi guys, it's Oracle Ani, and I'm here for another reading, another tarot reading. I would like to explain a little bit what is this reading about, because it's not like the typical readings that you see here on YouTube. My readings are from a higher perspective. They are messages from my spirit guides or from my higher self to you, and what you need to know for your healing journey, what you should be working on, what you should know about whatever it is, the situation at hand that comes out. And I'm going to do 3 rows to represent you, the viewer. The top row is thoughts, the middle row is emotions, and the bottom row is actions or action-oriented messages. Now, because this is a general reading, I am assuming that one of these rows is not going to match you. However, I want you to keep in mind that this information that's coming out is how the situation that you're in is seen from a higher perspective. So you may not agree with how you're feeling about it if you are seeing it from a lower vibration, right? It may sound like your situation, but the way that you interpret it from the way that it's coming out may not match if you are not coming from a higher perspective. Okay? So, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and let's see what comes out. Comes to your thoughts and possibly what you are wishing to communicate, right? We have the 2 knights rushing into this situation, okay? The Knight of Cups is somebody who's very enthusiastic about love, could potentially have an offer of love, could be an apology, right? It's some sort of emotional offering, emotional message. With the Knight of Swords, it is somebody who is thinking, right, about how they feel and wanting to take action. What are the knights going into? This Nine of Swords, right? This is the 9 of Swords is anxiety, worry, stress, sleepless nights, negative thinking, okay? Now, one way that I can read this is that your mind has realized that in order to overcome this stress, these negative thoughts, these worries, that you are going to need to bring some self-love, some positive affirmations to the situation, okay? And you're almost feeling very encouraged and very enthusiastic to get started on this work, okay? Now, The other way that I am reading this is that there is another individual, okay? And let's take this as, you can choose to be the Knight of Cups, or you can choose to be the Knight of Swords. Pick one, whichever one you want. And let's say that these two knights are finally on the same page about how they want to come into this negative situation and bring change, right? Maybe they're both on the same track about let's tackle this together, okay? It is possible that you might not be aware that you're both on the same page. However, it shows here you're going in the same direction. The Knight of Swords could have been somebody who, with the Page of Wands here in reverse, it could have been somebody that, or can be somebody, sorry, I'll say it in the present, can be somebody that how do I want to say this? Because it's almost like I want to say it, but at the same time, I am stopping myself, right? So I feel like that is the energy of this person. They have a lot of thoughts, they have a lot of enthusiasm, and ultimately they're very courageous, but for whatever reason, they're feeling like they can't talk or they can't do what they want to do, like something is holding them back. So actually, let's see what that's about. First of all, let's see what this Nine of Swords situation is. What is this negative situation? What are these worries? Some of the ones, worries that you are not prepared, that you do not have the support, or that you're not going to be able to overcome certain attacks. Maybe it's going against other people's wishes, but it would be that you just do not feel as secure as you should. And so that holds you back from starting a new situation, starting, turning the page and starting a new project, starting, it could be with traveling, right? And remember that this is all mental energy. So in your thoughts, you feel like something is holding you back. What is holding you back? Ultimately, it's your thoughts, right? The way that you view the situation, that you view that you have the underhand, that you're not ready, that you're not prepared. I think that's, and that you could be making a mistake, right? So yeah, that is, so that can be that could be an influence from the retrogrades that we are going to be going into. Like maybe there is a need to reflect on what it is that you want to do before you do it, even though the there is a battle between enthusiasm and then negative thinking. Okay, so you feel enthusiastic in your head, you're very enthusiastic about an idea, very excited about an idea, but then your thoughts kind of pause. Okay. We have the Star in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse. So definitely, for whatever reason, you know, you are feeling it's the same message. It is having this beautiful vision of the Knight of Cups, but then for whatever reason, with the Star in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse, it's like I should just lose hope. I should just, you know, it's a lot of negative thinking. And I don't believe that the retrogrades are meant to influence you when it comes to losing hope. When it comes to reviewing things, yes. When it comes to feeling down and out or thinking negative thoughts, that's a little too extreme. Okay. The Moon in reverse. Okay, that's good. Maybe. What else about this Knight? Swords. Yeah. Ace of Wands. I want to get one more. Well, too many. Five of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, so part of what was stopping you, actually I'll show this. Part of what was stopping you was the Moon in reverse, to me, reveals information that you were not aware of, right? This could be, at the most basic level, it could be people in your surroundings who do not have the best interest, okay? And now the moon is exposing them for who they are. And these people could have told you, nobody's going to help you. I'm not going to help you. You know, it's, there is no help for you, or something like that. This could also be a situation where now that you see who these people are, you have closed the door on them. And you said, I'm not going to listen to you anymore because I'm very passionate about something. And I know that I can go after it. And even though you've stopped me in the past, I have graduated from the Page to the Knight. And if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to see, where are all the negatives What's all the negative thinking? Okay, now see, with the Seven of Wands, it's and the Moon in reverse and the Five of Pentacles. This can actually be not your negative thinking, but those people around you who have convinced you that you do not have a good idea, or that what you're thinking to do is foolish or stupid, and they have beaten you down so that you do not do it. Okay? And that has kept you in this, well, I didn't start something when I wanted to do it, and now you're kind of in this like pause moment. But you're really feeling the consequences of the advice that these people have brought to you, the worries, the stress, and how they have slowed down your progress because you have allowed them to influence you when you wanted to do something. So that's that. Okay. So let's see here. So you have emotions. You have the Two of Swords, which is balanced, balanced emotions, balanced thoughts and emotions. This is the balancing of your intuition and your logic. Okay, so as far as your heart is concerned, what your logic is saying and what your intuition is saying is correlated, right? Seven of Wands in reverse again, with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, now this is your heart, or your emotions, right? Basically saying that you are free. You are free to love whoever you want to love. You're free to feel however you want to feel. And nobody can impose anything on you. Even though they have tried and they have won in the past, ultimately you are free to feel however you want to feel about whatever you want to feel. And then you have the Eight of Wands with the High Priestess in reverse. Another indication of your intuition here. And your intuition has been saying there is a need to communicate. There is a need for travel. There is a need for expansion. There is a need for you to communicate. And you, whether you know that your intuition has been saying that or not, there's also the chance that you feel, oh, the cat's here. I'll be right back. Okay. So you may have known that your intuition was telling you this is what you need to do, or you may not. Depending on how connected you feel to your heart, to your emotions, and to your intuition. What is very clear is that your intuition is letting you know that there is a need for both logic and intuition to be in part of this emotional situation. So let's see more. Okay. Four Swords. and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so your intuition has been saying that you need to break away from certain people and that you need to rest, okay? And your logical mind supports that, okay? It supports it. It's like, yeah, I'm tired. I feel tired. I can feel that I'm not going in the same direction as the rest of the group, and that I need to go off on my own if I want to do what I want to do, what my heart is telling me to do. Why the Three of Pentacles are reversed though? Because these people are nothing but drama. Petty arguments are always petty arguments are always around. Maybe you don't even like each other. So maybe you don't even like each other. Maybe all you do is fight, right? And there always has to be a winner when you're all supposed to be working together, but you're clearly not a good team. If this is the attitude. And sometimes I relate the Five of Swords to somebody who has believed a lie about you, a false narrative, and they just run with it. And they have no intention of checking their sources, checking the facts. They're just like, I just want to be against you. And this could also be an indication of like too many egos on the table. Okay? Whatever it is, your heart's saying, this is not right. And your intuition is saying, yeah, it's not right. And then your logic is saying, this is not right. Okay. So, and here we have the Page of Wands in reverse again for the Seven of Wands in reverse. So definitely, like, this energy is really trying to stop you, really trying to hold you back. But with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it means that, well, actually, it could be very simple, and it could just mean I don't believe anything that these people are telling me, but somehow it's still influencing me. The Eight of Swords in reverse says, you're going to be able to figure out a way out of this. And then you have the Queen of Wands here. And then you have the Queen of Wands here with the High Priestess. Okay. The King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I would say there's a situation here that is not part of this group where so yeah, so I this is a separate situation than this team. Pancho, please back up. Okay, so that should be the last interruption. Okay, so there's a situation here between the Queen of Wands, the High Priestess, and the King of Cups in reverse, where I feel like something is not being shared. So what's under here? Yeah, the Eight of Wands. So it's like it wants to be shared, but it's not shared. What is going on between the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Cups? It's like walking away from something because there isn't the emotions are not there. This tell me more about the Queen of Wands. Okay. So the Queen of Wands has the Judgment in reverse. Either, I would say that she is not seeing a situation correctly, right? I feel like this person is very attractive, very alluring, but the emotions are lacking. So this could be a very superficial connection where the emotions are just not happening. Like you're just not connecting on a deeper emotional level. And maybe it is your poor judgment of the past that that led you or that attracted you to the Queen of Wands in the first place. Maybe. I kind of do feel like this Judgment in reverse belongs to her, though. So, or belongs to this attractive, superficial person. Why is the Judgment in reverse? The Death card. Okay. Let me just get one more. Why is the Judgment in reverse? The Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this is what I saw. Okay. What is in the horizon of this card? The Sun. Who sits with the Sun? The Queen of Wands. Okay. So there's let's call this the second story, right? If you do not have any, if you're not relating to this superficial person that I mentioned, okay, and I think that this is actually the message that my guys are trying to show me, is that this Queen of Wands is the reward for making a really big change in your life. And the Judgment in reverse is saying that you didn't see the situation correctly. But in fact, the situation brings healing from past disappointments, past pain, past grief. It is this Queen of Wands that is going to bring happiness and clarity to whatever is going on here, right? Because the Death card is actually a good thing. It's a progression. It's evolution. It is movement. It is transition. It is starting the new chapter of the book. And so while you may have walked away from this situation, this King of Cups in reverse could be like there were overwhelming emotions. But your intuition keeps saying you have to reach out, you have to talk to them, you have to go through this death process. It is a gift. It is not a death sentence. It is actually the change that you need. Okay. So what is the High Priestess with the Eight of Wands? You have the Page of Pentacles, which is a small. It can also be like a small beginning, right? A small step towards this change. But the Fool in reverse says that, again, you're being held back. And you are waiting for something. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. And then this is making the Two of Swords in reverse here is saying that you've made a head over heart decision. Because maybe you just got too scared of the Death card. But with the Death card upright, it means like this is still possible. Like, you know, this change is still possible. If it was in reverse, I would say you are late to the party. The door is closing on you. But with this, like, there's still time. There's still time. And I think that this is why the High Priestess is showing up with the Eight of Wands, because there's still time to send the messages that you want to send, to transition, to move, to go, to whatever that Eight of Wands is. What is that Eight of Wands? I don't know. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This could be an indication of maybe, I mean, it could be an indication of not wanting to be single, or it could be an indication of just not having the money to do something. But maybe it doesn't matter if you don't have money, because if you go through the death, if you do the work, right? If you go through this process and this transition, things will start moving again, and maybe somebody will give you a loan, or maybe somebody will give you a gift. There are many ways that the universe can gift to you, as long as you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is the spiritual progression. And you can also call the spiritual progression just overcoming your challenges and listening to your intuition. But the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse really tells me that you are feeling the consequences of allowing others to stop you and to hold you back. And, you know, with the Nine of Pentacles here, it's confirmed that you may not have the resources to do what you want to do, but mentally, you're on the right page. Emotionally, you're on the right page. Logically, you're on the right page. Okay? So let's look at actions here and see, what's going on. So action-wise, I think that there is still hope inside of you with the Three of Wands here. This Three of Wands can also indicate traveling, could indicate health, prosperity. So I don't see this as a lost cause, at least like within you. I feel like you're saying if you take it slowly, you can make progress little by little. Every step forward is a step forward, no matter how small it is. And then it has notes on it because this used to be my grandma's. Yeah. The Ten of Swords, it's funny that I checked it, but yeah, the Ten of Swords are enemies and people who have backstabbed you and misery. So you have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Cups in reverse. And then here, there's definitely been some sort of betrayal or some sort of negative consequence for listening to others instead of yourself. With the Three of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, right? This is something, I think that the memories with a certain individual is what keeps the hope alive inside of you, inside of like wanting to take action. It's like these good memories that you're holding on to. The Four of Wands is closing the gap on the distance. It is a happy event. It is coming together under the same cause. It is celebrating the same idea with others. But the Nine of Wands here in reverse says that these are people, this is my card for enemies, right? They don't have your back. They have infiltrated your safe space. Okay? And maybe, and I was kind of getting that a little bit as I was seeing this. I was like, oh, could that be what they're saying? It's like, and now as I see this card, I'm like, I think that what keeps you believing this Five of Swords group of people is because it hasn't always been bad. There are good memories here. But somewhere along the path, these people have infiltrated and crossed some boundaries that they shouldn't have. And the Ten of Swords, I mean, there's so many cards on this table about this betrayal. And so, of course, now, you don't really have the energy to go after what you need to go for. because it's like the enemy is inside the house, basically. The Lovers in reverse. It didn't turn out to be the long-term commitment or association that you hoped that it would be. Of course, if they betray you, how can you, if they can betray you to the point that their advice or their company is negatively affecting your progression in life, how can you continue to think or feel like you're on the same team, that you still share the same path? Maybe at one point you did, sure, and those were good times, sure. But I feel like that time is over now. The Five of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. More challenges, more obstacles. I feel like this Temperance card is saying that action-wise, you've been too patient and you have lacked the clarity to make the changes that you needed to make, which is very unfortunate. And I'm here to tell you, it's never too late. Just from experience, it's never too late. What can happen is that cleaning up the mess may take longer, because had you actually followed your intuition from the beginning, there wouldn't even be a mess to clean up. Okay. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse again, which is great, which means you are not stuck. Change is still possible. Change is still here waiting for you. And this betrayal or these enemies, you can recognize them because they're emotionally unwell. They're unwell. And just by being close to them, you feel unwell too. And, that is one way to tell if you're keeping good company. How do you feel after you spend time with them? Do you feel full of energy, full of positivity, full of hope and enthusiasm? Or do you feel drained? Do you feel negative? Do you feel exhausted? Do you feel more worried? That is just a very simple way to know if you're keeping good company or not. Okay, I think that's the message. Let me just check if there's anything else. That is the end of the reading. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that this has brought you more clarity about the situation as it is right now. Okay. Like I said, know yourself, trust yourself. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you for the next video, which is going to be a Reiki boost. And then we'll come back to do readings the week after that. Okay. Bye. Like, please subscribe. Thank you.